Hey YouTube, Herbal Prepper here, and today I wanted to talk about a few covert hiding spots that you can hide survival items that can potentially save your life later. Now, never mind the stuff in the corner over here with the scissors, that's not really a part of it, just going to make my life easier in the video. Now, what you see in front of me here is Paracord, 550 Paracord, some utility pants, and a belt. Now, these are things that most people have, especially if you're a survivalist. You have all of these. If you are law enforcement, you probably have all of these as well. If you are a prepper, you probably have all of these. If you're just an everyday person, I'm sure you own a belt, and I'm sure you own some pants. You just need to own some paracord. Now, paracord is one of the very first survival things that you should get. It's very important, and I'll explain throughout the video why it is. But the first thing that you see here is the paracord. Like I said, you want to go through your house and you want to get all the shoes or boots or anything that you have, and you want to remove the shoelaces, and then you want to double that length in paracord, and then you want to rethread your shoes with now paracord instead of the laces. The reason you want to do that is because they're much stronger. So let's say you're in the woods, you're out having a good day, and it's beautiful, and all of a sudden a storm happens, and for some reason you fall, hurt your ankle, and you can't get back in time, and you need to set up shelter right there. Well, now you have some paracord to help you set up shelter. Like I said, make sure you double the length of what the previous shoelaces were. That way you can use paracord and rethread your shoes back up so they don't fall off your feet. So there's the first thing that you can do. And paracord comes in many different colors, guys. For those of you that wear tennis shoes to the gym, in the bright colors like you see here, you can actually buy paracord in those colors. Now, and no one will know that it's actually paracord. They'll just think it's shoelaces. Now, the next thing you can do is you will see that I have utility pants. Now, these just look like regular utility pants, but within them you can hold a lot of things. But let's forget the pockets, let's forget anything like that, and let's go straight to the end, the cuff of the pants. Now, within the cuff of these pants, I have a needle. Now, this needle, you can put a piece of wax or something on the end of it, which will keep it from stabbing you. But as you can see, I've threaded the needle through the thick part, not woven through the actual pants. It's threaded through the thick part here, and the reason why it's done like that way there's less of a chance of it stabbing me. And you want to put it at the bottom of the pants where the boot is at. That way, again, it doesn't stab you, so you don't put it in mid-thigh or anything like that. So what you're going to do with this, before you do this, you're going to magnetize this, and then you want to thread it through your pants. And you figure out how you want to thread it for safety. You can put wax or a piece of rubber on the end of that and glue it, or whatever you need to do to hold it, as long as it's able to be used. Pulled right out, stuck on a leaf in some water, and it will find north and south for you depending on how you magnetized it. You can put put it in the center, like a piece of thread or something like that. Most of the time, if you're wearing pants, you can pull threading out of your pants. Heck, guys, you can de-thread some stuff right here, and again, hold it up, and it will find north and south. Now, there's one, no, that's the second, excuse me, the first one was the paracord. That's the second survival way to hide things that you can use later on. One of the other ones is going to be the paracord itself. Now, so yeah, you would want to use this, but let's say this is threaded up in your shoes. Well, you're out, you have nothing on you to start fire, unless you're going to do the primitive way, which you guys should definitely know how to do that. I'll end up doing a video on that soon. But in case you don't, you want to have another way of starting fire. And as you can see here, this is just regular paracord until you get to right about there. And then what you see in here is I have cut this and I've burnt it and resealed it. And so what's in there is my 1/8 by 2-inch ferro rods. Now, it's really a great way to start a fire. A lot of you know what these are, but you'll have to shave off this right here in order to get to the actual layer that you need to start a fire. Now I'm going to go ahead and, again, the scissors are just to make my life easier. You would cut it with your knife. And as you can see, guys, Paracord has 7 smaller strings in here that you can actually use. So you can pull these out the length of the Paracord and use that to tie things and for cordage. But as you can see, I have stuffed this Paracord, which would be on the end of my shoe, with a ferro rod. Now you would pull that ferro rod out, and as you can see here, guys, I have already shaved off the metal. The back side will be really dark, and then the side that is the metal that you really want to strike with your knife or something that you have to start the fire. Now you say, oh, well, that's great, you have this, but what are you going to start the fire? Let's say it's wet. Well, so I've got my ferro rod. I've got a way to detect whether I'm going north or south, because for some reason it's very cloudy and I can't tell where the sun's at. Can't tell what time of the day it is or anything like that. So I've got a way to start fire. I've got a way to tell direction. Now I've got my belt. So I take my belt and I pull my belt out. And as you can see, taped inside my belt, I have a razor blade. Again, guys, I wanted you to pay attention to the video, because if you live in a state to where you are not allowed to disguise or have a appearance that is not what it actually is. So definitely don't run through the airport with this. You will be arrested. And definitely, if you get pulled over, notify your law enforcement officers. If you are a state, that you need to notify them that you have covert hidden items on your body for protection. But as you can see, there is a razor blade taped in there. So right here, there's a way to start fire with my razor blade and my ferro rod. And then here is my dry cotton ball. Now you can soak this in wax, you can soak this in Vaseline, and then use your ferro rod and your there. If you have a knife, use that. If not, there's that. And then strike it, and it will send the little pieces of metal on your cotton ball. So guys, that is 3 very covert ways of hiding things and going throughout your daily life without any problems. You won't have to worry about survival if you have redundancy, guys. So don't make this your only redundancy. Oh, and I'd like to say that some of you, instead of taping, this is really not a long-term way. You will have to constantly replace this as it wears against your body. But there are some belts that are actually made with a zipper, so it's been cut and then they put a zipper, and you can stuff things down in there. So I'd recommend stuffing a little razor blade and some cotton ball, even a knife if it's thick enough. You can make your own, get a good belt made of good leather, cut it about 3 inches long and stuff it yourself. This will prevent anything from wearing down like you see here with tape and whatnot and getting messy. But as you can see, it looks just like a normal belt, and it's there to help you survive if you need it. So guys, I hope this video is a blessing to you. Until next time.